Kelly Clarkson had to determine which songs she wrote about her divorce went too far to be released. Mamas Get Furious. Kelly Clarkson, a well-known talk show host, singer, and American Idol winner, went through a divorce with Brandon Blackstock that subsequently became heated over money and property. Despite most of it playing out in the public view, she kept her feelings about it mostly to herself. Instead, she used her music as a private outlet for those feelings. At the time, it was a useful coping mechanism. But once she had enough songs for an album, it forced her to face a difficult decision: which ones should be made available to the public. Recently, Clarkson sat down with Nancy O'Dell for a Talk Shop Live interview, during which they spoke extensively about her next album Chemistry, which will be released on June 23rd. She claimed that she penned the majority of the songs between 2.5 and 3 years prior, when she was in a more depressed and unwell state, and before issues like custody arrangements were resolved. She believes they capture a moment in time, but as she was choosing the tracks, she worried about where the line lay, especially for her kids. Here is a bit of what she said. Later, Clarkson clarified that she wasn't really worried about the feelings of any of the adults involved, including herself or her ex-husband Brandon Blackstock, because she wanted people to understand that they were only a small part of the story and a snapshot in time, not the entirety of their relationship. Actually, the record is expected to cover a lot more ground than just sadness. She didn't want her kids or the wider public to hear everything, even though it would depict the good, the terrible, and the ugly of the entire relationship. So, that's where the line between appropriate and inappropriate behavior appeared. It sounds like Clarkson is in a much better emotional place now that the divorce drama has had some time to simmer and then cool off. She was able to talk openly about the highs, lows, and some positive aspects of the relationship, particularly chemistry. During the interview, she claimed that she's never connected with anyone the way she did at first with Blackstock. She had never felt anything like their chemistry, and that was what intrigued her. Her realization that the chemistry alone isn't enough and that sometimes you have tremendous chemistry with someone you shouldn't be with was finally brought about by the relationship and the opportunity for reflection. Here are her exact words, due in large part to how strongly viewers relate to the well-known artist. The Kelly Clarkson Show, which is moving, was recently extended through 2025. She is hilariously likable, candid, and honest about her life, including the amusing one-offs like being mistaken for a seat filler at an event or the highs and lows of stardom and divorce. She seems to have struck a decent balance between being transparent and protecting some of her family's privacy. Having said that, I'll cross my fingers that at some point in the future, perhaps when the kids are a bit older, we'll hear at least one of those songs she felt too harsh to share.